Let's go to Southland, where angry ratepayers have called on the District Council to stop bleeding them dry on an unfinished cycle trail. It follows a damning report by Deloitte slamming the council for mismanaging and poorly budgeting the project, whose costs have spiralled out to nearly $10 million. Lydia Anderson reports from today's meeting in Invercargill.
Southland District Councillors were greeted by a packed public gallery for their first full meeting of 2017. Most of the audience had come to protest at the budget blower on the Around the Mountains cycle trail, which began as a government-funded project. Farmer Doug Fraser told the council in no uncertain terms to stop ratepayer funding of the trail.
This is certainly not a ratepayer responsibility. You have a damning report from Deloitte strongly critical of the governance, risk management and financial management of this project to date. We, the ratepayers, are not prepared to underwrite this project any further. It's time to stop the bleeding. Thank you.
Mr Fraser says the group is concerned the council might divert money from rural roading and natural emergencies to the cycleway. Already $9.8 million has been spent on the project, almost $6 million over the initial budget. Brian McCandless warned the council the total cost of the cycle trail over a 30-year lifespan could swell to more than $20 million.
The easy option for all of you would be to continue to throw good money after bad in the vain hope of a positive outcome from this project. Every textbook I have ever read on project management cautions against this.
Southland ratepayers aren't the only ones seeing red over the project. The council is locked in an environment court battle with the lobby group Fish and Game over a proposed section of the track which would traverse a world-famous trout fishing area on the Oriti River. Southland manager Zane Moss says it would be more simple and cheaper for the council to divert the track through the Makaroa Valley, which runs parallel to the Oriti.
Well, Fish and Game has maintained throughout this process that the Maraoa, which is a parallel valley to the Upper Oriti, provides a really good alternative route. It's as scenic, arguably more scenic. It's slightly longer, but it has the benefit from our perspective of not ruining a world-class fishery.
Southland Mayor Gary Tong says he still believes in the cycle trail and has even bought a bike to ride it, but acknowledges the council needs to discuss whether or not to continue with the project. He says while the projected $20 million cost by the ratepayers group sounds high, if the council faces further opposition and legal fees, the cost of the project could rise. The mayor says it's possible the council bit off more than it could chew when it took on the project.
Yeah, we're all putting our hands up and saying that this is totally outside of core services. When I was standing to be elected, for mayor, I made that point a couple of times. This project's probably a little bit big. Obviously got in the chair, now need to tidy it up. Somebody said to me just recently, you've been handed a lemon, let's try and make some lemonade out of it. I thought, yeah, well, we're trying to make that lemonade out of it.
The council is awaiting the outcome of an environment court decision in Marlborough before deciding whether it will continue with its appeal against Fish and Game. A decision on the future of the cycle trail is expected to be made in the next 2 months. In Invercargill for Checkpoint, Lydia Anderson.